The final game of the day, day 3 of the President's Cup in Nanaimo. The host team against the co-leaders in this tournament. The Nanaimo Timbermen are taking on the St. Albert Miners. St. Albert 3-0. This is their 2-game day. Nanaimo 2-1, and they won both games of their 2-game day.
It's been an amazing tournament up to this point. I'm a bit loud there. Been an amazing tournament up to this point. Right now on the floor is the 2-time defending champions, the Alberta representative. They've got a phenomenal lineup. People that know lacrosse will know their roster. And of course, the Nanaimo Timbermen are coming off a couple of good games yesterday. And of course, Alberta played earlier, giving Nanaimo a bit of an advantage tonight against the top, I'd say one of the top teams.
Well, I would say certainly as the tournament is unfolding, the teams at 3-0 both look like they deserve to be there. Caughnawaga and St. Albert and Nanaimo, this would be a huge result for them if they were able to knock off this team from Alberta.
It's got to be a close game for Nanaimo. They've got to stay tight. It's got a big defense to play against and a good, solid offense with guys like Ball and the 2 Cornfelds, Triolo. I talked to his dad today. His father's out watching him. Ex-Victoria Shamrock, played in a number of leagues, taking the face off. He's 6'5", 200-something pounds, 220 pounds. Hard man to stop when he's got the ball.
And one of the many offensive weapons today in a 15-8 decision over Oakville that featured a 9-1 lead after 20 minutes for St. Albert. And here's Triolo right off the draw. Throws it back, and Sullivan's going to start up the first foray into Nanaimo territory. Nick Patterson in goal, taking on Aaron Bold, a couple of former Senior A Victoria Shamrocks.
Interesting. Aaron played very well in his game so far.
His average has been minuscule. His ball sips through the Nanaimo defense, and the ball knocked out of his stick, goes to Patterson, looks for the outlet, and Shane Chalker, but it's turned over. This is going to be St. Albert ball.
Interference on Graydon Cornfield, I think, by Miles Kenny, turned the ball over for Nanaimo. They want to get that possession, let their offense get the ball.
Aaron Bold's average, 5.79 so far in the 3 games. Jordan Cornfield plays it back. Pass to the middle for Ball. Ball loads, fires, stopped by Patterson, rebound opportunity. Richard Laughlin had 4 goals this afternoon in that 15-8 victory. Throws it back to Ball.
Yeah, they swing and move the ball so well.
As well as anybody in the tournament, no question.
Up and down the side well, and then cross court too.
Richard Laughlin halfway through the possession, shoots and scores just inside the post. 1-0 St. Albert.
Interesting shot there, outside choice. Laughlin, of course, as you said, 4 goals last night, or earlier this morning. Maybe I thought last night. 1-0 lead for St. Albert with a nice shot and release in that low bottom corner. Interesting, same thing on Aaron Bold. That's a tough corner to stop the ball on that left foot to get it outside with your right-hand stick. It's a hard one.
And most guys, and Patterson goes down to a knee there, but most guys will just stand and try and take their angle. And I don't know if you stand or you go down to one knee if there's any chance of stopping that shot from Laughlin.
It's a beauty.
Preston drops the ball down. Davis passes it off. Here comes Triolo. 1-0 for the Alberta squad. Nice to get off to that good start. Keegan Ball has to track the ball down. 18 points in his first 3 games. Co-leader in tournament scoring.
And you know he's coming at you, and it's hard to stop. Nanaimo hasn't enough offensive possession yet, really.
It's been all St. Albert early. Pass to the crease, quick stick, and Patterson makes a good stop. Graham Palmer's after the loose ball, but what a nice diving play by Kinnear. Forces it loose, and then Big Triolo comes over to try and grab it. Shane Chalker couldn't. Graham Palmer does. Palmer being knocked around like a pinball, but gets it to Simp.
Yeah, they need this ball possession and movement.
Shane Chalker throws it back to Corey Conway. Conway and Shatler out together. They split the games yesterday, each played in 1. Conway from the outside. Diplock runs a pick for him. Pass to Diplock, getting in tight, couldn't get the shot he wanted. Conway from the corner, feeds the front, it's in behind Aaron Bold's net. Corey Shires, the Nanaimo scoring leader, 14 points. He couldn't come up with the ball either. And here's a break for Williams, running into Nanaimo territory.
Quick transitions by St. Albert right now. Nanaimo a little slow on getting the ball into their sticks.
2.5 minutes in, 1-0 for the Miners. Lachlan has the goal. He's got the ball again. Loads and fires. Good save by Patterson. Rebound outside the paint. Bacula Evans takes it.
Good quick defense by Nanaimo on that one, but they're letting St. Albert get in, and they do that cross the crease pass.
Nick Preston's been a very nice addition to this President's Cup roster for Nanaimo. Here's Schattler shooting one. Bold goes down. Ball's underneath, and there's Jeff Schattler with an outside shot.
Yeah, see, sitting with Hall of Famer Rick Mang yesterday watching Aaron Bold, and there's that bottom corner. If you can hit it, typical goalies will leave you that one spot, right?
Rick Mang won the intermission horse race.
Yes.
Yesterday.
Manger's a competitor.
Here's a chance to the net.
In the crease, no goal.
Crease violation call. That was a good run by Graydon Cornfield, though.
Yeah, Chalker was hanging all over him, too. It was good. They didn't really impede his progress. Good check.
Shots are 4-1 in favor of St. Albert, and they have the 1-0 lead. Corey Shires for the Timbermen. Coming in with K.O. Ratcliffe. Shires from the angle, put it across the floor. Making moves is Postma, twisting and turning. He's got Diplock, loads, fakes, tries to cut in around the defense, fires one. Bold gets a piece of it, and the rebound scooped up, and a nice transition run here. O'Meara's up the floor very quickly, coming towards the net. Being checked hard.
You know, the refs are letting them play. I like that. Appreciate it.
Good, hard lacrosse.
It's been close refereeing. They've been decent all the way through. They've made the 5 minutes when they had to. 2 on the ball in the corner here. Ball moved back up to Conway.
Conway throws it down. Nanaimo trying to work it low. Fendick. Conway sprinting towards the corner. Looks back at Schattler. Ball off his stick. Only 7 in the possession. He's got to hurry. Schattler's way up top.
He'll put it deep to the corner. Oh,
hoping he might hit Preston.
Yeah, look for Preston.
Would have been a tough one to take.
You know, it's always easy. You look at who they pick up and who they get. I think they needed big defenders, but they chose what they could get. I don't know if they could get any big defenders, but they brought in 2 acquisitions, Cunningham and Preston.
And they've both been good. Ball passes off for Lachlan. Lachlan, Jordan Cornfield. Kinnear runs a pick for him. Officials didn't like that pick, so it's the Nanaimo ball.
That's softer than a lot of them have been lately.
Corey Shires comes in. Chalker's going to head off. K.O. Ratcliffe is with him. 1-0 St. Albert. Final game of day 3. The tournament starting to take shape here, the President's Cup.
Good picks by Schattler on the ball.
Shires trying to get open. Can't find any room. Now he does. Shoots. Just missed short side. Not much room from our angle.
That didn't touch, did it? No.
Didn't touch. It's going to be St. Albert possession. They'll move up with Ferris.
Ball.
Keegan Ball trotting up with Lachlan beside him. Ball takes on the defender, getting to the middle, shoots. Good save by Patterson. Rebound, and it's dunked just wide. Patterson was sprawling. Fights to get his positioning back. But still it's control for St. Albert. Controlling on the outside. Pass off for Ball. Ball twisting, turning, trying to cut through. Being mobbed by Nanaimo defenders, and it's going to be Timberman possession.
Good defense by Nanaimo. Doug doesn't have to get into a hack. That's a penalty. He drew a good penalty there. Interesting. There I am giving him heck for trying to engage the guy. And as soon as he steps, the guy hits him, gets it too.
Nanaimo's about to go to the power play. Right now 6-on-5 set here. Corey Conway looks to the front. Passing across. Shires fakes, shoots, and had the stick out. Did Aaron Bold to make that save?
Bold slashing
the call. He
Bold
read that very well.
Yeah. That's not a smart play reaching in. That guy got his brain let go on him on that one. You touch a man with the ball in the crease, it's a penalty. It's Graydon Cornfield, I believe.
Graydon Cornfield is off, and Nanaimo gets the game's first power play.
He got in a bit of a scuffle, too. That's not like him. He got in a bit of a scuffle earlier today, and then he's in the penalty box now. That's not it's a tiring tournament. You know, they played 3 games already. Right?
That's amazing. This is Nanaimo's 4th game already. There's a shot from Conway, and Bold made a good save on him.
So we're 48 hours in, and teams are playing their 4th game.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah. This is not FIFA, people.
This is a true grind.
This is one of the toughest tournaments to win, I would suggest, in the world. There's no game like it, and there's no 8-day tournament, 9 games in many sports. Rugby would be the only other sport that could play like this.
I talked to Doug Langlois after Nanaimo's 2nd game yesterday, and he told me he hasn't played 2 games in a day since minor.
Yeah, no, that's it, yeah. And they've stopped that for the older divisions now, too.
Ball rake is on here for Ferris. St. Albert's been good at doing this in the tournament so far. Ferris draws the double team, so he throws it down to the corner. Ball battling Vanderhorst down low. Sempt is trying to get it, and so is Graham Palmer. 5 players on the scrum. Patterson comes to join the fray, but what a job by Triolo to get it. He's 1-on-4. He still got the ball. It finally comes out, but Keegan Ball might get it, and he does.
Paul, yeah, that's an amazing skill set to contain the ball with that many men on you. Credit to the players.
Triolo was fantastic there. 35 seconds of power play time left. This is just a great kill for St. Albert. 12:35 to go in the first. 1-0.
Oh, there was a beautiful pick by Triolo. Full pick Bobby right out of the play and peeled off, and there was no switch. Dangerous possession lost there for Nanaimo.
Triolo was wide open, and the ball just popped off his stick.
Yeah.
He had to be exhausted from going 1-on-4, though.
Yeah, that's a classic example. It was, 20 seconds later, in this power play.
Here's Shires.
3 seconds.
Rebound chance, and a good save off Preston by Aaron Bold. Man out of the box. Home run pass. Here's a chance for Graydon Cornfield to the net. Faking, scores!
Nick can't lose it on that. Cornfield did bump into him, came into the crease. Nanaimo wasn't aware of the clock on that one.
I'll tell you who was aware was Aaron Bold.
Yes.
Perfect outlet pass. Cornfield had room and time, and it's 2-0. And that's what you get from a smart and strong penalty kill. It builds momentum, and immediately after a man out of the box, the goalie spots it, makes the outlet, and it's 2-0 for St. Albert.
See, tough side on that one, too, is Nanaimo left side had the ball, and so that's penalty bench side, so no man can cheat out, right, to get back to that penalty box, man.
Face-off's going to go the way of the Miners.
O'Meara with the ball, or is it?
That's O'Meara. He's going to head off and feed Lachlan. Keegan Ball setting up. Looks across, makes a run. Ball shoots, missed the goal. Lachlan rebound, and he put that one just high. High ball, Jordan Cornfield trying to grab it. Sticks it back. Miles Kenny a chance to scoop, and he's got Shane Chalker. Chalker looking at taking on the defender, but he won't this time. Relinquishes to Schattler. Jeff Schattler coming towards the front. Trying to swim by the defender. Throws it back. Shires didn't get his shot through. Swings the ball for Schattler. Delayed call coming against St. Albert. Pass to the front. Dip lock, and he couldn't get the quick stick. And this is going to be Nanaimo ball and a 2-minute power play. It's a slashing call.
Yeah, this will be giving Nanaimo a bit of an advantage.
Duff gets the call for the slash. 11:13 to go, opening period. 2-0 St. Albert.
Shots are equal. 6-6 it says. But I think the majority of the ball management has been and possession has been in the St. Albert's possession.
They've had the better looks. Cunningham, Conway, Diplock. Conway, Cunningham, Shires. Schattler to Shires again. Cunningham, Conway. Conway now to the middle. Had his pass deflected away, and the ball will go back down.
12 seconds on the shot clock.
Shires and Patterson will both go out after it. It's bumped up to Corey Shires, 6 seconds. Rolls it down the floor, and that almost looked like a frustrated play from Shires.
Yeah, it did show frustration there. It's understandable, the 2 power play chances now here, and this is a great kill, right? They just have a great penalty kill here.
Kinnear draws a double team. Langlois and DeBrone both there. Kinnear lost the ball. Triolo didn't see it right away, but it's still loose. Triolo got it only for a moment, fights to get it back, but Doug Langlois is there.
Bobby DeBron played the big man well in that. DeBron.
Nice to hear the drums out.
Ah, yeah, it's...
Boy, that gives it a lacrosse feel, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Cunningham, Schattler, Shires, put it down low. Conway trying to scoop from the corner. Help from Cunningham.
5-second shot clock.
Conway, Schattler. Bold made the stop, and he grabbed the rebound too, which was important. Now he has a man for an outlet. Andrichow has it. Throws the ball back. Taken by Lachlan. 2-0 St. Albert. 23 seconds of power play time remaining, and this is going to be, it looks like, another kill. We'll see if Nanaimo can double anybody off.
Here's the up-down motion. See that? Watch Kornfeld come out the other side. This is that classic thing I talk about, the kill. Here comes ball for the ball, and look out on the other side. Out comes, this is a classic. Remember Ladner did it a few games back for us. It's a tremendous kill. It's so easy, and the only thing the players can do is stay with their man. And when the switch comes down there, they have to either push through or get out to their man somehow.
St. Albert 2 for 2 on the penalty kill. And a 2-0 lead as Lachlan shoots, but way high. Miles Kenny has Chalker on the run. Chalker couldn't catch up to the ball. Now he's got to battle down low to try and get it, but it goes right into Aaron Bold. Easy scoop up. Davis comes forward.
On that kill, it's hard, too, because if you commit out to the top, they send the cutter through the middle from the top.
No, once they get it set up, and St. Albert did beautifully, you just kind of have to let it play out. Long-range shot, and Patterson made a good save.
We got a hold on Nanaimo. Miles Kenny, I believe.
Looked like he had a hold of Jordan Cornfield, and power play number 1 for the St. Albert Miners. 8:31 to go in the opening period, and we'll see what's been a deadly 5-man unit here. Ball playing the point position. And then he's got the Cornfields on his right. Lachlan and Triolo on his left.
Triolo's got that long reach, and he goes to that far post on a real high over the top of the goalie.
Ball knocked away, but Keegan Ball gets it back. Graydon Cornfield to Ball. Loading. Puts it down low. Nanaimo trying to intercept. Ball goes into the crease. Patterson has it. Nobody for the long outlet. Now he makes a pass off the top of Diplock's stick, and it's going to go from end to end, and Williams picks it off easily.
This big crowd tonight in the Nanaimo Arena, both sides, lots of people. I'd suggest over 1,000 people here tonight watching this game. Nanaimo might be a little tense because of that.
You can tell the fans are a bit tense right now, too, as there's a shot that misses Patterson's goal.
9 seconds on the shot clock in possession here by Ball.
Ball whips it down low. Great save off Triolo.
That's that corner. I said he likes to reach over. He's so tall and long.
That was a nice play and a great save. Nanaimo on the penalty kill. Pass to the front. Schattler through the crease. Close play.
Look how fast St. Albert's bringing that ball. Their tranny guys are going to the net, too.
O'Meara's taking it right to the goal. Looks back, and he's got Lachlan.
See, Nanaimo had to force a defense on that, right? It's not like he just come down and curled out.
Ball goes to Lachlan. Keegan Ball. Lachlan again. 9 on the 30. Lachlan to the front. Knifing through, passing across, and a quick stick and a good save by Patterson. Reset for Jordan Cornfield, walking in, put it across the floor. Lachlan couldn't quick stick it. Triolo has it, throws it up to Ball. Ball faking, loading, puts it to the crease. Lachlan couldn't beat Patterson that time. Rebound chance. They score from the middle. Graydon Cornfield, they were all over the ball, and finally it went in, a power play goal.
Interesting set by Nanaimo on that. They'd broken the play down, but then the loose ball in front was a quick grab and release and a goal. Good effort by Nanaimo. A question on this one, what do you think? A diamond against a creaseman like Triolo when you got a guy like Ball at the top that can throw the ball to him?
Yeah.
Or do you play the box and let the goalie see Ball?
Yeah.
That's just coaching stuff, right? So we'll see how it recovers because you got Triolo and on the other side Cornfield on your creasemen. I don't know if you want to let them get the pass from Ball. You know, I like maybe a box on those guys.
3-0 for the visitors in black. Nanaimo looking to get something going with Schattler. Cale Ratcliffe to the middle. Ratcliffe's shot was stopped. And this is going to be St. Albert ball, and they move it up so quickly. Graydon Cornfield has the last 2 goals.
Yeah.
Lachlan has the other. And he was just out fighting the defenders in front of us. There's a quick stick chance for Lachlan. Ball goes to the corner. Miles Kenny tried to take it away, but he's checked by Ferris. Penalty call on Kenny. Pass to the front, and then Mitchell just hammered down His check to the side of the net, Lachlan, but it's going to be another call against Kenny. Power play number 2 in a row. Nanaimo had 2 straight, and now this will be the second in a row for St. Albert in a 3-0 lead here in the first period, and everything has gone their way so far.
What's he calling? 2 minutes. Check. Cross check. Yeah, interesting. The goals around 18:52, 11:59, or 12-minute mark, the 8.5-minute mark, and that's interesting how they're scoring these goals. That's just one of the 6:39 of that one. That power play was 8:31. It started.
The goals pretty much spread out, but the pressure has been very consistent. The game has been weighted St. Albert's way. Lachlan from the side, put it to the front. That's a great save off Jordan Cornfield.
He snuck in from the left shooter.
Big stop by Patterson. Ball pass too far for Triolo. Lachlan to the middle. There's a great goal, a hat trick for Graydon Cornfield. He's getting open right in the sweet spot.
Natural. Graydon Cornfield has a natural hat trick.
And the last 2 from the toughest spot to be open on the floor. Now, he wasn't open for his last goal, but he was wide open for that one.
Wide open right off the crease on this one. He snuck in behind Palmer, I believe, on that one. They have to be aware of that. And yeah, it's a hard one, how that diamond works, because once you cut through the middle, you got the big open space, right? Same as a box, though.
Off the face-off, Triolo on the run to the net, passing it off, and it went right off the top of the stick of the intended target. That was Ferris. Nanaimo coming ahead, needing to get something going here to get into the game themselves, to get this crowd into it.
And they paid quickly on those power plays.
St. Albert 2 for 2 on the man advantage in a 4-0 lead. Nanaimo with it. Pass to Diplock, shooting, and Bold gets a piece. Kale Ratcliffe grabs the rebound. Ratcliffe has Shires in the middle. Ratcliffe goes across. Cunningham moving in. Cunningham for Diplock. Couldn't get his shot through, though.
Got a penalty on a cross check.
So Nanaimo's going to go to the power play, and can they duplicate?
Is it O'Meara?
Yeah, it is. Can they duplicate what the last 2 power plays look like for St. Albert? Those man advantages were so well worked.
Yeah, this will be interesting when they call 2-minute cross check.
Shots are 13-8 now for St. Albert.
Even at 6-6, and the gap has really opened up. And time on the ball has been definitely St. Albert. Nanaimo has to settle. Have to settle and move this power play ball, and they really need one here. It'd be nice to see one fast.
Schattler in the middle. Conway and Schattler playing catch. Ball to the crease. Shires at the top. Schattler, Conway to the middle. Schattler shoots one. That was blocked. Ball loose. Nanaimo's going to get it back.
He's given a penalty on the interference. Delay of game against St. Albert.
Fans are into that. Nanaimo goes 5-on-3. And what we've seen from Nanaimo in a 5-on-3 is not to hang a guy back usually. It's to play a traditional 5-man set.
We'll see, and they should look at something. If you've practiced, ball behind the net, put an X-man behind the net. Maybe top cutters or pick high top cutters from both sides, and you can feed either way on the goalie, right? There's all sorts of things, but you have to practice it.
This time they go 4-on-3, and Langlois is hanging back. Shires missed it. Diplock takes it. Conway at the crease, passing for Shires, couldn't take it. Schattler jumps up. He couldn't get the ball. Big loose ball battle here, but it's...
He gave the ball to St. Albert on Shires, took a jump, I think landed on his man.
Yep.
Oh, nice check.
What a job by Schattler. He steals. Breakaway for Jeff Schattler. In on goal, faking. Bold somehow got a piece, or did that hit the post?
Good loose ball by Kenny. What? That's a scary one. I think they bumped for the ball there. Referees made the call fast, though.
Yes, they did.
Credit for that.
4-0. 5-on-3 for Nanaimo.
10 seconds? That was a long 10.
Lintz cutting in. Nanaimo steals. Bacular Evans. 3 Timbermen on the run.
Numbers.
Pass to the front. Cunningham stopped by Bold. Bold went down to his knees, and his teammates grabbed the loose ball.
Cunningham hit Bold. Actually bumped into him, got pushed in. And Bold's bumping his knee around. I hope he's okay.
You could tell the way he went down that there was contact. Keegan Ball trying to start a rag here, down 2 men. Nanaimo has to double quickly.
Interesting here, all they can do is if they get caught, dump to the far corner. Typically a team will take it or roll it down the boards. They're going for it.
Ferris got the shot. Patterson grabs the ball. Nanaimo takes over. Dieterle starts out of his own end.
18 on the first penalty seconds and 33 on the second.
Here comes Schattler. He was just stopped by Bold on a good chance. Schattler from the middle. Conway looking, passing, dip block. Schattler to the crease. Shires fakes. Great save. Boulder, does it go through? Official says no.
Yes, it's in.
Yeah, penalty shot.
He grabbed a hand on the ball.
Davis was in the crease behind Bold, and a penalty shot is called.
He grabbed it. Typically, the one they called the other day was the one too many men in the last
2
minutes of the game, automatic penalty shot. This is a penalty shot. And who's shooting good? Is it Schattler? Is it Corey Shires?
Shires has had the better stick so far, but
Schattler's the
historically is the guy.
The gun, right? Be interesting. Does he go down and try and move Bold across the net?
Here comes
He's
Schattler.
going to take him lateral. He's going to take him lateral.
Moving in, faking, Schattler, stopped by Bold.
Look at the bench come out to give their goalie a hand. He needs a pad fix.
Pointing at the official saying,
we're
need to get some repair done.
So interesting, while we're on this, the games have been reasonably close. A couple more opened up today in scores.
Were you up very early to see the overtime game?
No, my wife wasn't feeling good today, so I ended up that late that they didn't get to see that, but it was phenomenal. A goalie come out, missed the ball for the tying goal, and then the winning goal got scored by the team that got the luck on the tie. And that's sometimes the breaks in lacrosse, isn't it?
Big win for Onondaga. But then, of course, they went on to lose.
Yeah, they lost to Ganawage by 15-8. And it was. I thought that game would be closer, but it was. Onondaga played at the 8 o'clock game, and then they had to play again at the 5. So short rest, hard game, hard fought game.
Of course, everybody has to do that.
Yep. Yeah, people don't realize how tough that is. 120 minutes of lacrosse in a less than an 8-hour period.
The shots are 13-12 in favor of St. Albert, but they have the 4-0 lead, and Bold just stopped Schattler on a penalty shot. Aaron Bold has been so good in this tournament, 5.79 average. And shutout lacrosse so far for him. Late stages of this Nanaimo power play. Davis has the ball. Throws it up top. Power play's over.
Yeah, that's 4 kills for them, isn't it now?
4 kills and a 5-on-3 kill for an extended period. St. Albert in control. Lachlan.
We said they're one of the class teams of the league, or of the playoffs right now.
A deserving 3-0 club.
Yeah.
Trying to get to 4-0 and become the first team to 4 wins in the tournament. Lachlan's going to get the ball from the corner with 2:11 left in the first. And a 4-0 scoreline. Lachlan from the outside. Triolo shoots high. Ball hit Nanaimo defender DeBrone. Fed to the front, just out of the reach of ball. High into the air, Langlois knocked down. Ball comes out. Shocker able to scoop it. Plays across for Mitchell. Under 2 minutes to play in the period. Jeff Schattler has the ball.
Shots are real close right now, but as we say, I think they've had the better chances and the better shot selection.
Schattler from the corner, looking to the front. Schattler throws it up top. Postma taking on the defender. Postma scores!
Nice shot by Postma. That kid is always given an extra effort. He's good on the loose ball, good on the hustle, cut through the net. That was just a great second effort by him to get that ball. Nice release.
The magic to that shot is the release point is an awkward one. So you can't really anticipate as the goalie. You have to try and react to it. Bold couldn't.
No, he had to cut through, and then he did that little back flick, and it was nice. And did that go in just off below goal Bold's stick?
That's what I thought, just kind of on the short side there.
Yeah. Caught him short.
4-1, Nanaimo's on the board. St. Albert running. Sullivan into the fray. Nice pass off. There's a shot and a good save by Patterson. Nanaimo gets the ball. Graham Palmer turning. Lost possession. Had to bat it ahead, and Nick Preston takes it. He's a good runner. Up and over center. Preston draws a double team. Running all the way down deep to the corner. Being knocked around there in a double team. Late in the possession. Preston made a pass off to Diplock. 5 on the 30. Diplock tried a backhanded shot.
Nanaimo ball?
No, crease call against Diplock.
Eh? Oh, yeah.
45 seconds remaining in the first period. Coming up the floor, Lachlan. Feeds in for Triolo. Took a shot. Patterson stops it. Langlois bags the rebound, trying to get away from Lachlan. Doug Langlois moving ahead. Pass off to Schattler. Under 30 seconds to play in the period. Boy, a 4-2 goal would be absolutely huge for Nanaimo right now in what's been a tough period in so many ways.
Schattler draw in, Postum and Cutting on the offside ball. That's Postum and Fendick down there working those two big guys.
Pass to the corner for Shires, and he couldn't take it. Nanaimo fights to get it back. They will. Schattler shoots one. Bold made the save. He beat out the 30.
4 seconds.
Bold's just going to kill the time. This is a good period for St. Albert. 4-1, they have the advantage after 20 minutes, and a natural hat trick in there from Graydon Cornfield.
Yes, he's today's been interesting watching him have a bit of a fisticuffs this morning, a bit of a roughing, and then today a natural hat trick with their second, third, and fourth goal. And then the special teams have been a big difference, not only on the kill, but on the power play.
4-1 for St. Albert over Nanaimo after 20 minutes. We'll be back in 10 minutes' time with period number 2.
Welcome to Nanaimo, the gateway to Vancouver Island. Located on the rich waters of the Salish Sea, backdropped by thick, temperate rainforest with their rolling hills and the rugged mountains in the distance, Nanaimo was the first home to the local Nanaimo First Nations people. For centuries they lived here in connection with the land. And in many ways, this close tie to the wilderness of Vancouver Island resonates today. In the 1850s, the Hudson Bay Company set up a trading post in the region here in Nanaimo. Today, that trading post still stands with the HBC Bastion, standing guard over the waters of the harbor here in Nanaimo. For many decades afterwards, Nanaimo flourished as a coal mining town. Much of this early history is on display at the Nanaimo Museum. Today, Nanaimo is a bustling and modern urban center on the edge of natural wonder. Experience Nanaimo's supernatural wilderness and find yourself again.
Nanaimo allows me to do my passions through accessibility. Just the way that it's laid out, within 10 or 15 minutes, I can basically be from my house and doing something that I am truly passionate about. For me, it's about connection. I know a lot of people go to nature to disconnect from the world, but for me, it's about feeling like I'm part of something bigger. I feel it helps me connect to other people with similar interests and passions. Nanaimo has a little bit of something for everybody, and I think it does that little bit of everything really well. It's a place where you can discover passions that you didn't even know you had.
It gives you city life and gives you wilderness life all at the same time. It has both fresh water and salt water with easy access. You don't have to travel more than 10 to 15 minutes to be on a body of water, no matter where you live. You can either be out on the ocean fishing in 15-20 minutes, or you can be on Long Lake like we are today, enjoying some trout and bass fishing.
With diving around this area, Nanaimo or British Columbia in general, it's actually rated in the top in the world. Part of the reason that we have so much life here is the colder water with lots of nutrients in the water. One of our very popular activities we do is snorkeling with seals, and certain times of year when we get the sea lions coming by us, 2,000-pound sea lion coming right up to you a few inches away from you, just amazing. You think you're swimming along great in the water and this thing comes and does a somersault in front of you and just takes off. And you realize how small in the ocean you actually are.
The best part about owning a tour company is getting to show everyone the reasons why we live here in Nanaimo. I love the culture and natural wonders here in Nanaimo, and I love being able to see it for the first time every day through the eyes of our guests. Yeah, Nanaimo really is in the center of everything.
I'm really passionate about regenerative agriculture because that's what farming is all about. Some of the most exciting things for me in Nanaimo are the harvest, when there's all this abundance and we're able to take our food and set it out into the community. And when we go out for dinner sometimes, we get to see our food being served to us and served to our community, and there's a lot of excitement around that. At the markets we sell at in Nanaimo, there are over 200 vendors who participate, and you can do your full spectrum of shopping at these markets. And so you're invited to come to the market.
Currently, right now, we're concentrated on sourcing all our ingredients from mid-Vancouver Island. We like to utilize what we can get from local farmers. Breweries, wineries, and distilleries in Nanaimo have really exploded in the last few years. We've got a couple great wineries. Just down the road from us at the Longwood, we've got a distillery that makes some world-class gin, vodka, and even absinthe, which is pretty rare these days. We've got 3 breweries in town, 1 brew pub. You can really occupy a lot of your time traveling from one drink establishment to another. We've got pretty much everything here.
Well, we're sitting here at Piper's Lagoon, which is one of these little hidden gems that a lot of people don't know about. But I'm often known as the Big Cheese, and I coined the name the Big Cheese not long after I started the store. There's a pretty good variety of establishments in Nanaimo now. There's some really excellent places to eat now in Nanaimo which are doing quite nicely. We have shopping, we have all the well-known brands, but we also have a cute little downtown area with lots of independent businesses. Well, I think the location makes it very special. The abundance of parks and activities and outdoor fresh air things, and everyone who moves here from somewhere else comments on how welcoming the people are. And I think that's one thing that makes Nanaimo very special, is the welcoming and the amount of stuff there is to do.
With its dramatic and diverse landscapes, including forests like this, Nanaimo offers so much. Impressive coastlines? Yeah, we got that. Rolling hills? Rugged mountains? Yeah, we got that too.
I'm more of a country mouse than a city mouse, and Nanaimo, the city, has enough of what I need, but just the natural beauty of it. I can feel it in the pores of my skin, I can feel it in my lungs when I breathe the air. It's just something, when I get out here and I just see trees and blue sky, it makes me happy. Yeah, my big thing every year is to go down to Nanaimo River and jump in, because the river feels like it's a healer. That beautiful fresh water and the trees around it, it cures whatever ails you, and there's nothing like it to me in the world. I've really been encouraged, especially in the last 10 years or so, that Nanaimo is recognizing the art scene a lot more and celebrating that. And there's some fantastic festivals that happen every year, and I've been lucky to be involved in a lot of those because I do live here.
Some of my passions are getting out to nature, so going for hikes to places like Ammonite Falls or Neck Point. We have one of the first wineries in Vancouver Island. We have one of the oldest brew pubs. We have a bunch of craft distilleries. I like to use Nanaimo as a base for my expeditions because it has a little something for everyone. If people want to stay in a hostel, they can. If they want to stay in a nice 4-star hotel, they can. And most people love the different variety of accommodations we have.
What surprises visitors in Nanaimo is the abundance of wildlife and the immense natural beauty. I like to go explore all the different islands because they have trails and glorious forests to see, but they all have these little bays and secret little gems. And so if you're into exploring, you get a lot out of it. My absolute favorite place in Nanaimo is Newcastle Island, or as the Nanaimo First Nations call it, Seisuchin.
Nature is a big part of it, because when you're going to carve something for the longhouse, which is in our traditional dances and things, my dad will bring me up the mountain, talk to the trees, talk to the water, thank them, and just stay up there. Sometimes it's 4 days you stay there and bath, cleanse yourself, get your mind straight so there's no doubt or meanness in your mind. So just pure things go into the thing that you're carving for the longhouse.
In Nanaimo, culture is alive and well with rich history, strong arts community, great food, craft beer, renowned wine and spirits, as well as exciting.
Welcome back live to Nanaimo's Frank Crane Arena. Second period about to begin. 4-1 St. Albert leading Nanaimo. Dan Marshall joined by and Brandon, how's your experience in Nanaimo and the President's Cup 2018 so far?
It's been one of a kind. It's a pleasure to be here first off, Dan. Thank you very much for the warm welcome. And I want to say that to the entire community here in Nanaimo. I've been greeted with nothing besides open arms, and it's been outstanding. The Nanaimo Timbermen and the Nanaimo First Nations have done an excellent job in hosting this tournament. The opening ceremony really opened my eyes, and honestly, since then, I think I've had duct tape keeping my eyes open for the entire tournament because it's been a joy to watch. I haven't slept too long, considering I do a morning show back home, and I wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and it almost feels like that sort of dragged into here. This game so far, I'd have to say, Dan, Nanaimo should not feel ashamed of their effort. They are getting excellent chances on Aaron Bold, and they finally got one an awkward type of shot from Sam Postma that went in. And they got to keep pressuring it because eventually these chances that the Timbermen are generating should be able to find their way into the back of the net.
Your thoughts on the Caughnawaga 3 games so far, 3-0, and maybe the highlight game had to be the 9-8 game yesterday.
Oh, it was fantastic to see Brandon Miller. Speaking of money goaltenders, he was playing absolutely fantastic down the stretch in that game against the Pioneers. Ladner should be really interesting to watch, as you guys will get a full taste of Ladner coming up later on during the week. 3 wins so far for the Indians, and they haven't played a whole lot together, so I feel like they're only going to get better as the tournament moves on.
Just want to keep with Brandon for a moment and ask a couple more questions as play resumes, and Conway's looking to the front. Cunningham flips it back to him. Corey Conway scooping in behind the goal, flings it out front, but nobody was expecting that pass, and the ball will bound back towards center court. Shane Chalker's going to grab it. This is going to be possession going St. Albert's way, and taking it will be O'Meara, the transition specialist, staying out on offense for a quick moment. Then he'll head off, setting up Keegan Ball. 4-1, St. Albert in the lead. Ball from the outside. Looks back at Jordan Cornfield, moves the ball into Graydon, sitting on a hat trick right now. A natural one in the first period. Graydon Cornfield, a shot, and Patterson made a good save down low. Ball in the paint and taken by the Timbermen, as Shane Chalker is going to come forward now, moving up the offense, and he'll likely head off the floor here as Corey Conway takes the ball. Such a magician with the ball in his stick. Conway moves towards the front. Conway's all loaded up here. Shires running through on the other side. Shires with a shot, and he missed that one high to deflect off the goaltender. Bowl, they're going to say it did not. No reset happened, though. The clock's still running down at 5. Again, the officials are calling for it. Now the reset comes as Schattler fires one off the arm of Aaron Bold. Ball free on the side.
Yeah, they're gonna have to start shooting low on this guy, Dan. That's how they scored the first goal. You go high, Aaron Bold so big up top, hard to beat him from with that kind of shot.
Schattler tried 2 on that penalty shot. Here's a chance for Ball. Keegan Ball from the outside, moving towards the middle. Passes the ball off. There's a shot from Jordan Cornfield, deflecting back to the wall. Nanaimo's trying to scoop this away. At center court, Adam Bacular-Evans in a ball battle against Ferris, and Bacular-Evans does come up with it, but he's in a double team right now. Bacular-Evans tries to work out of it, lost the ball. Davis scoops it up. Dieterle hammers him, but the ball goes right through to a St. Albert stick, and running the floor here quickly is O'Meara driving to the goal. Contact on O'Meara. Draws a heavy double team, so he has to throw it back to Ferris.
Great work by Postema.
On the ball now, Lachlan.
Oh, a penalty coming up here, Dan, to the Timbermen.
You can see that off ball, and it was Keegan Ball that took a couple of wraps from Palmer. Outside shot deflecting way high, and this is going to be a slashing call on the Nanaimo's number 7. Brandon, just wanted to get your thoughts on the game at 2 o'clock tomorrow. St. Albert, Caughnawaga. This might be the game of the tournament so far if you look at the two teams in their form right now.
Well, I really do think so. I feel like the Indians, they do have a couple of players who have played against the St. Albert Miners in the past. Jose Regis, defenseman, wears number 18 for Caughnawaga. It's going to be interesting to see because there's such a contrasted style. You see the Indians in the third period against the Nanaimo when they were at their best. It's because if the game became a track meet. They're going to have to do that. They're going to have to run against this big, strong, powerful team.
Unfortunate ball bat there for Miles Kenny. He put it in for the St. Albert bench. It was a nice play to get the ball free, but
oh, it's going to be Nanaimo ball.
It is going to be Nanaimo ball. That's a surprise as here's Kenny passing for Shane Chalker. Breakaway Chalker in, bold the save. Ratcliffe on the rebound. Scores! Just leaks it through. 4-2. A short-handed goal, and that's a big one for the Timbermen.
As I was mentioning, that's what you got to do. You got to run against this team. It's not to say that the Miners are slow, but running and gunning is not their style. Earlier this game, today against the Oakville Titans, Oakville could not run, and what happened was they had no answer in the half court for an offense that absolutely slaughtered the Titans. There you see a rebound coming in. Just one of those battles where the first guy to the ball was a guy in red, and he happened to bury the goal past Aaron Bold. 4-2 score. And a big one for Nanaimo, short-handed, Dan.
Well, and such a great defensive set, especially that 5-on-3 in the first period. St. Albert was fantastic, even 2 men down.
Yeah, this team knows how to win championships. They say the old cliche of defense wins championships. Not too many teams do it better than the St. Albert Miners, and the head coach of the Miners is upset right now because he, like many people, thought that might have been a call that was supposed to go to the Miners, but what happened was it ended up being Timberman ball, and they did not miss a beat. They did not blink. They just passed the ball up. Hey, we got the ball. We got to push it against these guys.
You have to take your breaks, which they certainly did. 4-2 scoreline. Still 1:35 of power play time for St. Albert. Keegan Ball controlling it. Everything seems to go through him on the offense, and why not? Graydon Cornfield. Ball. Now it's fed down low, Triolo to Lachlan. Lachlan looking for the quick stick from Jordan Cornfield. Ball takes it again. Faking. Ball to the crease. There's a shot and a goal from Triolo. Top corner. That's well worked, and it's 5-2. They get it right back.
On the power play, that's 2 for 2 on the power play, even though they gave up a goal shorthanded just now. And the same thing happened on that first power play, Dan, where they had a man wide open in front of the net, a quick stick, up high, beating Patterson. They do the same set here, but a beautiful pass, about a 70-foot pass from right around the penalty box area in front of the goal, found its way through, and basically threaded the needle through the haystack there, if you will, or found the needle in the haystack.
Mike Triolo with a beauty.
5-2 lead.
Loose ball, scooped up by St. Albert. O'Meara's going to take it. 3-goal spread. St. Albert coming again. Here's O'Meara. Can't find a lane. Throws it across the floor. Langlois trying to jump and grab it. DeBrone has an opportunity and a man running in. Jordan Cunningham feeds him, breakaway. Cunningham in, shoots, and that one I think hit the bar on the way up. Bold might have got a small piece. Great chance for Cunningham. Langlois scoops. Nanaimo on the ball with Doug Langlois trying to get it to one of his offensive mates, and he does to Sam Postma, who scored that beautiful goal back in the first period. 4 minutes into the second. On it is Corey Shires from the outside. Shires takes a look. Schattler throws a hard pick.
Ooh,
illegal pick.
Yep. I honestly felt that Shires was probably the best player for Nanaimo in that game against Caughnawaga on opening day here.
He's looked a bit frustrated today, though, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. I feel like the Miners' defense has really keyed on him and Jeff Schattler. They did the same thing against the Mohawks in 2016 when they won the gold medal, really keying on Callum Crawford and forcing the other guys to step up. Other guys like Postma have to step up. They have to get secondary scoring to beat this team.
Great save by Patterson off Lachlan. Ball free, Nanaimo with it. Graham Palmer's going to run. Takes on Graydon Cornfield. Still Palmer throws the ball ahead for the captain, John Diplock.
This is the guy they got to get going, Nanaimo.
Without question.
And Conway.
K.O. Ratcliffe looks at Conway. Conway shifting towards the front. Diplock picks for him. Conway's loose. Flips off Diplock with a shot, deflecting back towards Conway. Nanaimo gets the reset. Conway takes a look, makes a run. Diplock in behind. Pass eludes him. Corey Shires fights to get it, and he will. 20 seconds in the possession. Shires bounces it through for Conway. Conway passing across to Jeff Schattler. Takes a look, takes a shot. That was blocked easily. Davis takes it away. Schattler knocks the ball free, steals it back. Jeff Schattler, flip pass. Shires scores! Corey Shires, that might get him going.
There we go. That's just what the doctor ordered for the Nanaimo Timbermen. Excellent work by Schattler down low, along with, I believe it was Diplock, who helped force that turnover, and then a wonderful pass. And Shires, he knows what to do when he's in front of that net. 5-3, St. Albert leads.
Brandon, I know you're a level 1 official, and people have talked about the officiating being pretty good here. What are your thoughts as somebody that has some experience in that regard?
All right, well, I'm not going to make any comparisons, but where I live, there's a league, the Quebec Senior Lacrosse League, Capital Region Axemen, the representatives, and I've noticed that the officiating out here a lot more, dare I say, consistent. I'm not going to go out here and say that the referees are incompetent because they run great games out there, but the officiating here, I've had absolutely no complaints against it whatsoever. These are the best of the best, not only players, but also officials. And I have to say a hosting committee as well.
It's been marvelous to see a lot of volunteers putting in a lot of long days here in support of lacrosse. Here's a pass to the front for Lachlan. Couldn't make it work. Nanaimo might have a transition chance. Doug Langlois breakaway. Langlois right in on goal. Missed the net with his shot. High ball taken by Nick Preston. Scores!
Low corner, he beat Aaron Bold low to the weak side there, or the far side, right past the left foot. And again, that's the second time we've seen that in this period, Dan, where the Timbermen get a rebound and they are the first ones on it. They are out hustling the Miners. They're turning this game into a quicker paced game. That's how you gotta beat the Miners, and that's what Oakville did. But unfortunately, they only did it when they were down 5-0.
I think this is maybe an obvious question, but I'll ask you because you've seen so much of this team, but the two-time defending champs, St. Albert, are they the clear favorites here at President's Cup 2018 because of that?
Look, they have the championship experience. Other teams like the Caughnawaga Indians, for example, I could say that they have multiple players that have won at least 4 President's Cup. Brett Bucktooth, I think, is won at every single level, National Lacrosse League champion. He won a Senior B championship 4 times, twice with the Braves, twice with the Onondaga Redhawks. There is championship potential on that team. And then the Timbermen, you have to look at this team and think, wow, you got Jeff Schattler scoring the overtime winner in that game against Ladner. The Pioneers, however, have looked great as well. I'm not going to go out here and say that the Miners are the clear favorites, but if they win, I would not be surprised. This is a big task, a tall task, both figuratively and literally, for the Timbermen to come out here, and they're holding their own here in the second period, cutting the lead to 5-4.
1-goal game, and this has certainly been Nanaimo's period, and you would say the first for sure was a period owned by St. Albert. Big save on Triolo by Nick Patterson. Nanaimo's tried to transition quickly in the second with the long change. Here goes Shocker, right down the middle, passing it off. Diving was DeBrone. Couldn't get the shot that he wanted, and now the quick transition led up the floor by Sullivan. Man off the bench, and a good save. Patterson again, that time on Lachlan, and the ball goes into the stick of O'Meara, who's going to throw it back.
Penalty coming up, and we got an injured player. Nick Patterson took that one right off the mask, Dan.
That was a great save. Boy, Patterson's been so good in this second period.
You talk about the names. This is the 1982 when we played back east.
Oh, wow. This is a keepsake. We got throwbacks 36 years ago. Henhawk.
Smith, Bomberry, Squires, Powless, Atkins,
Jim Kipp,
Davies, Weiss, Ben Weiss.
In Sarnia in 82, we played Sarnia in that, and Orangeville won it with the Sanderson brothers.
We have to give Jim a microphone here.
Yeah,
no, you guys keep
Jim Kimpson behind us showing us some great lacrosse names, and it's amazing how the names seem to span generations, Brandon, don't they?
Yeah, absolutely. We talked about Corey Shires. His grandfather, Jerry, played on the 1969 team. Jamie McCumber, his grandfather, the late Jimmy Flo McCumber, played on that 69 Caughnawaga Indians team that won silver.
Power play set up here. Jordan Cornfield, ball. Tried to pass it to the crease. Ball taken once again by Keegan Ball. Throws it across. Chance for Lachlan. Had to double clutch it, and this time he shoots it. Bouncing towards center court. Reset opportunity, and it comes for Keegan Ball. And the St. Albert Miners moving up in a 5-4 lead. Pass towards the crease. Taken by Jordan Cornfield to Graydon Cornfield. Passing the ball off. Keegan Ball takes a look. Lachlan shoots one. Patterson trying to hold that out, get some help in the paint. Patterson will have to go out and run a pick as the ball goes down the floor. Can Cale Ratcliffe catch up to it? Ratcliffe taken down beside the net. Fans wanted a penalty, but there's none coming, and Aaron Bold takes the ball away. Close play there. 55 seconds left in the power play.
Dan, it's a double-edged sword for Nanaimo to take this penalty because it lets St. Albert slow the game down and, of course, takes Nanaimo out of their transition game. Teams that have given the Miners trouble in the past, they are able to run the game up and turn it into a track meet.
Lachlan, ball, takes a look. Triolo towards the crease. Wanted Graydon Cornfield on the quick stick. Ball goes off a boot top and all the way back down. That will do it for the 30, and Nanaimo's going to get the ball back here with 11:49 to go. Breakaway opportunity. It's Ratcliffe, and that one went off the pipe. Ratcliffe just about had his second right there.
Jerry Shires also the coach back in 1982, I'm being told by Jim.
1983, he took us to the President's Cup.
And the referee, I think, is going over to the Miners bench right now. Oh, no, he's clarifying. It's going to be Miners ball. But the St. Albert bench was really, they were really making their displeasures known at the officiating right there.
Lachlan from the corner. Plays it off, Triolo to Ball. Keegan Ball looking, passing to the crease. There's a shot that just misses high. Taken now by Graydon Cornfield to Jordan, looking for the quick stick. Trying to find his mark there was Triolo. Shatler's back on the floor. Loose ball, Graydon Cornfield will grab it, and it's going to be a fresh 30-second clock here. That was a very important penalty kill, Brandon, for Nanaimo.
Yeah, they needed to kill that because the first two power plays in which the Miners have had, they've made it look easy almost on their goals. Big penalty kill for the Nanaimo.
Graydon Cornfield being grappled. And
they're going to have to kill another one here, Dan.
Patterson got his stick out, and there's a sea of humanity in front of the Nanaimo net, but Cornfield was grappled big time, and that was probably a good penalty to take.
Yeah, there would have been a clear shot right there. I'm not going to be too angry from the coach in regards to that penalty being taken, but now you do need to kill another penalty, and they're down 2 for 3 on the power play are the Miners. It's going to be interesting to see how the Timbermen are able to hold stand here. And I mentioned off the top that the big thing that you have to have against the Miners is a transition game. One thing that I could really recall is we're going to have a timeout here to mop the floor, is that last year in the President's Cup against the Native Sons, the Suns took an 11-6 lead, scoring 7 straight goals against the Miners in 5 minutes. That's what happened, and that drove the Miners nuts last year. But then what happened was the Suns got into penalty trouble, and the Miners turned it into a half-court game, and the Suns had no answer for the size and skill of St. Albert. And we've seen that this morning. Oakville had absolutely no answer for St. Albert.
What was interesting to me is that Oakville took the game over last night, and I know you were doing the PA last night. They took the game over against Saskatoon with their speed, but a different team in St. Albert, their speed really didn't mean much, except when the game was 9-1, and then the game was just really being managed by the Miners at that point. The speed started to maybe take over a little bit, but it was interesting to me how even the game was after the 12:30 mark in that game against Oakville of the first period, but it was already 9-1.
Yeah, and Aaron Bold started playing with house money essentially when he had an 8-goal lead, and he really was faced a lot of shots. Like, we'll give Oakville credit for the way they play in the second half. Oh, we're going to have matching Miners, I think, here, Dan.
In behind the plate, Triolo's heading off the floor, and I think Nanaimo will take that. Palmer and Triolo, that's a favorable trade-off.
You got to keep yourself composed. Like, look what happens. That slows down a potential transition attack for Nanaimo. Stay out of the box. You got to win this game with your legs.
Lots of extra room out there right now. Now Nanaimo's going to start this with a ball right here in a 3-on-4 situation.
But then again, this kind of space on the floor might favor the Nanaimo Timbermen.
Postma's a great runner, but he's drawn the double team, and he's got to try and work out of it. Trapped in the corner.
And these two guys, O'Meara
and Davis.
And Davis and O'Meara is just a monster on the defensive end.
He's been a pleasure to watch in this tournament, no doubt, as Davis takes the ball now. And what will the 4-on-3 power play mean here for the Miners as Keegan Ball starts to set it up? Almost halfway through the period.
Yeah, halfway through this game, Dan, essentially, and has not disappointed so far, that's for sure. Living
Jordan
up to its billing.
Cornfield. Ball to the crease. Patterson getting a piece of that shot from in tight from Lachlan. Nanaimo with the steal. Shane Chalker gets away from Graydon Cornfield. Puts his head down and he's on the run. Has to wait for his mates to come on and join him. Didn't have a lane to the net there, but he was in full stride as John Diplock takes control. He's on his wrong side here. Cuts in behind. Diplock draws the double team. Diplock loves this kind of contact. He's being pinned against the wall. Won't relinquish the ball.
This is an excellent job of keeping that ball free and loose and away from any sticks of the guys in black.
Does this remind you of a shift from Gage Board from Oakville earlier in the tournament?
Oh, yeah. That might have been the goal of the tournament so far against, I believe it was Onondaga, if I'm not mistaken.
The work from John Diplock. Double team, killing off the penalty himself. Knocked over, still going. Knocked over again. The ball finally comes out.
10 seconds left on the power play. Excellent job by your captain. You got to build off of that if you're Nanaimo.
Andrew Chow's got the ball. 3-on-1. Keegan Ball looking, shooting. Jumping up is Patterson. Nanaimo's got the ball. From his own crease, it's Langlois. 5-4. Miners in front. 4-on-4 Lacrosse for just another 5 seconds here. Sterling Mitchell. K.O. Ratcliffe and now Jeff Shatler. We're about to go 5-on-5 as Shatler continues to control. Shatler trying to escape Duff. Shatler throws it back to Ratcliffe. Ratcliffe takes some contact, puts the ball to Cunningham. Down low, Postma looking, tried to put it through the legs, but the stick was there and Bold makes the stop, and he has the transition pass for Andrichow. Moves up into the attack. Play whistled down.
Well, we're going to have a penalty here, Dan, I believe, to St. Albert. It's a slash on the Miners.
Big power play chance for Nanaimo right now with 8:24 to go in the second. They're down 5-4, but this has been their period, outscoring the Miners 3-1. Brandon, we're going to switch the headsets off here, bring Jim back in, but okay, Jim says you're staying.
Oh, well,
Jim's in charge.
I'm listening to Jim.
Jim's in charge
for the third period. I'll go to work for the third period. I got an article to finish for the third period. Greg, if you're listening, because I think you might be, I will get that article done.
Greg, we've drafted Brandon here to do pretty much everything. He's doing the radio broadcast. He's doing color for us on the webcast. He's doing the PA. He's doing it all. But the article will be written.
It will be.
We'll make sure. And I'm on the power play. Conway, Shatler from the middle. Loads, Shatler, Conway, waiting. Shatler again, flipped it off. Opportunity for an outside shot from Preston. Reset Nanaimo. Shatler's going to settle it down. Right from the middle. Conway takes a look. Shatler winds, fires, just missed high. Lots of time on the 30s. Preston goes back to try and recover the ball. Patterson came out just in case he had to help him as Preston moves up quickly to Shatler. Conway. Down low at the crease, Cunningham to Conway. Waits, fakes, flips it on. Shatler flip pass. Ball taken on the angle by Shires. Shires shoots. Reset chance here. Davis trying to find it. Bats it high off the glass. Cunningham, fresh 30 for the Timbermen. 1 minute of power play time to go. 5-4 the Miners lead. Jeff Shatler. Corey Conway faking. Conway moving in. Looks back to Shatler. Loading. Shooting. Bold gets a piece. Corey Shires goes to the ball. Nanaimo another reset. It's been the Aaron Bold show right now as Shires gets it to Shatler. Shatler goes across to Shires again. Conway takes a look. Conway, and again Bold going down. The ball going up off the goalie. Nanaimo ball. This has been Aaron Bold at his best.
Yeah, it really has been. You're seeing the Bold show right now. Bolder than italics, as I would like to say.
Shatler, Conway, looks, fakes, passes, Shatler, shoots. deflecting off the goaltender again. Nanaimo's trying to recover. Corey Shires will.
There's no reset here. The referees are doing a manual count.
Pass to the middle. Schattler to the crease. Quick stick and a good save by Bold. Another shot. And that one goes high into the air. Bouncing towards center. Trying to scoop it as Schattler. He does a great job to do exactly that late in the power play. Schattler closing to the middle. Schattler to Conway. Conway fakes. Looks. Pass to the crease. Quick stick, but it misfired. Ball to the corner. 5-on-5. Cunningham to the middle. Schattler just missed with that shot, and the ball goes back down towards the St. Albert bench and into it. This is going to be Miners' ball. What a shift of pressure for Nanaimo, and what a job by Aaron Bold.
Yeah, 6 shots on goal on that power play, Dan, and 2 minutes virtually spent entirely in the St. Albert zone. They couldn't score, but they have to build off of that great power play by Nanaimo. And again, you mentioned excellent job of goaltending by Aaron Bold.
Keegan Ball trying to penetrate to the middle. Graydon Cornfield lost it. Nanaimo's trying to sprint away with Chalker. Chalker comes up towards center. Mates are changing behind him. Fans are into it. Tight game. 1-goal spread. Miners 5, Timbermen 4. Nanaimo 2-1. St. Albert 3-0. 5:47 on the clock in the period. Conway shoots one. That's deflected to the side, and Conway gets it back.
Fresh 30.
Conway takes a look. Faking from the corner. Diplock joins him. Pass for Diplock. In close, and Bold reaches up to make a good save. It's going to be an Nanaimo ball.
Yep. Fresh 30. Timberman, I believe that's going to be an interference call on O'Meara, and he's hot. And we're going to have, so is the floor. We're going to have to take a quick pause for the cause here, Dan, as the mop guy is going to go out there. Actually, we were laughing about that during the Indians game. Eric Dirt McCumber, the head coach of the Indians, went onto the floor and did the mop job himself.
Well, we've seen that so many times. And isn't that the lacrosse way? That
yes,
whether
absolutely.
You're the coach, the president of an organization, one of the players, one of the trainers, everybody lends a hand. And whether it's mopping the floor, doing all those behind-the-scene jobs, that's what lacrosse is all about in Canada.
Senior A player and senior B player out there now.
Yep, that's right.
Dedicating his time to the team.
And it takes that kind of an effort, Dan, to put this type of a tournament on together. And here, the committee in Nanaimo, for 3 days so far, they have to be absolutely ecstatic at the type of effort that they've put out, because the show has been absolutely phenomenal. The lacrosse, the actual performance on the floor will take care of itself, but off the floor, the other festivities, the activities, the merchandise, are all top-notch.
It's been a fantastic week. We're only here on day 3. There's so much more to come. So much more of this game to come. And which way is it going to turn?
Well,
Schattler had the stick taken out of his hands, and he's irate. Aaron Bold will take the ball, though, and it's going to be the Miners that get a chance to move up floor. Cox looks across. Ball fed down towards the corner. Lachlan. Jordan Cornfield throws it to the middle. Keegan Ball. Ball passes it off. 8 on the 30. Keegan Ball again. Looks down low at Triolo. Triolo from the angle. Takes on the defender. Pass to the middle. Hoping for Lachlan, but it's controlled by Kinnear on the other side. Nanaimo's going to get the ball back here. Under 5 to play in the second. Still 5-4. We haven't seen a goal since the 6:06 mark.
I like to call the Cornfields the unicorn fields, because they can play both ways, and they're one-of-a-kind players. Those type of players you don't see that often.
Here's a pass to the middle, and K.O. Ratcliffe is stopped by the goaltender. Bold looks for the outlet. Here comes some speed. Sullivan had a man. Keegan Ball breaking to the net. Tried to hit Ferris. DeBrone just clocked
Might have
him.
been a late hit.
That's what the officials say. Possession call. Triolo has it now. Triolo and Sterling Mitchell having a conversation. And it doesn't take long for the emotion to build and the rivalry to build, and we're seeing that here as this game goes on minute by minute.
They were just asking each other what they were doing after the game. Maybe they could catch up on a midnight snack together.
And it will be almost midnight before everybody's changed and done. Here's Keegan Ball, takes a look. Ball to the front. Missed on his pass, but Lachlan grabs it again. 13 on the 30. Lachlan getting loose towards the middle. Wanted to hit Ball, throws it to the other side. A shot kicked away by Patterson. Ferris going after his own rebound. Ferris battling in the corner. Can he come up with the ball? He's going to get the 30-second call.
Interference, yep.
Good work by Nick Ferris from the corner. He earned that one.
And look at this, the game's slowing down. The Miners are taking advantage of it ever since that power play, that big penalty kill that they had, a.k.a. the Aaron Bold show.
They've got Nanaimo all hemmed in right now. Ball goes backwards down towards Aaron Bolt. He's still got time to play it up the floor, and there's certainly time for the Miners to do something with 10 seconds on this possession. Ferris will bring it up. Ferris takes a look, throws it in. Opportunity for Triolo. He was being wrestled down. And I think we're going to see a Nanaimo penalty here, as that was 12 on 12, Vanderhorst on Triolo.
Yeah, there you see a prime example of what size and skill can do. Triolo backing him down, almost like getting on the block in basketball, using his size and skill, getting a shot off with one hand while he was being held by the defenseman. So that's a big play for St. Albert. I think that might have been another one of those good penalties, Dan, that you called earlier. Big penalty kill coming up here for Nanaimo. If they can get out of here down by 1 or tied, that's an excellent win. They were down 4-0, and even though they were down 4-0, the crowd here was loud. They were rowdy. They were supportive behind their team, even when things seemed like they were bleak. And now look at it. It's 5-4. They got a reason to cheer.
This has been everything you hoped it would be coming in. A 3-0 team against a promising host club that have one blemish on their record. That 9-7 loss to Caughnawaga, and what a game that was, tied 4-4 in the third. The Indians went on this remarkable 5-goal run.
Yeah, they did, and then the last 2 minutes, they did everything to give the game away. Eric Dirtmacumber was not too thrilled about that final 2 minutes. He was happy for 58 minutes. Need to complete a 60-minute game.
Here's a pass for Kinnear, shooting one. Patterson the save. Gets some help in the crease from Palmer. Nanaimo tries to get a ball rag going now. 3 minutes and change remain in this second period. Palmer's on the run. Passes it off for K.O. Ratcliffe just inside the line. Had to relinquish the ball. Diplock's going to have to chase it here. Diplock couldn't come up with it. Ratcliffe was going to be knocked over the line, so he had to make that play.
Yeah, not good. Not the best awareness that Ratcliffe has shown. He took the ball to the outside about 40 feet back towards the restraining line. You're short-handed. You gotta keep the ball deeper than that, especially when there were two black shirts looming.
Jordan Cornfield to Ferris. To the top for Keegan Ball. Ball closing. Ferris shoots one. Patterson down. It leaks through. Huge power play goal for the middle for Ferris. 6-4 with 2:30 left. And it seemed only a matter of time. Power play chances for the Miners. You can't give them away.
Yeah, St. Albert taking advantage of the penalty. This is a great pass by Cornfield, Jordan Cornfield. He takes the ball down low, right around the house area, plays it back up top, and he passes it right into the biscuit. Literally, he did not have to move his stick on that play. Just a quick release. Patterson gets a piece of it, not enough. 2-goal lead restored for the Miners, and the run for the Timbermen's over right there. Or say a 4-0 run. Or a 4-1 run, sorry.
4-1 spanning over 2 periods. This period coming towards a close. We'll see if this is a momentum turner here for St. Albert. Kinnear. Lachlan takes a look. Ball picking for him. Pass for Ball. He gets in tight. And I was trying to knock it away, and they will. Jordan Cunningham back deep. Flips it on for Kenny. And Miles Kenny's going to lead the Timbermen out. Gets it to Cunningham. Joined the team after playing the season with the Victoria Wolves. Cunningham passing it off. Corey Shires. Conway's in the middle. Shatler's over with Shires. Shires takes a look, takes a shot, missed high. Ball in behind. Postma grabs it. 8 on the 30. Postma being pinned in the corner by Williams.
Their size and strength.
Postma with 1 second, tried to shovel it late and couldn't.
I think Williams might have gotten away with a little hold there as well, holding the back of the jersey of Cunningham. Or Postma, sorry.
Andrachow passes the ball. 1:23, 80 seconds left in this second period. 6-4 Miners. Kinnear spinning. Looking towards the front. That's where the ball goes. Jordan Cornfield. Triolo tries to penetrate on Sterling Mitchell. Triolo to the middle. Jordan Cornfield. Double team. Ball knocked free. Nearly won back by Kinnear. He's still fighting for it. And I was just trying to make sure they can get that 30-second clock to expire, and it did. That was a smart play there. Palmer made it. Didn't have to touch it with the stick. Just had to make sure there was no shot, so there was no reset. Final minute, 50 seconds. Miners by 2. Shatler with the ball. Shatler shoots one. Bold knocks it away. Diplock couldn't take. Conway will. 40 seconds now, but Nanaimo has a new 30 as Conway's going to move up. Conway, dip blocks with him. Corey Conway. Ratcliffe trying to cut through. Conway for Diplock. Diplock fakes, tries to get by. Diplock couldn't get his shot away cleanly. Ball hits the official and then goes right back into the crease. Conway didn't like that. Outlet pass. And which way is possession going here?
Got a timeout.
Yep, timeout. Smart call at the right time. There's going to be a wipe as well. 19 seconds left in the period. And this is a dangerous spot for Nanaimo to be in, even down 2. But this is a team that knows how to close out in the third period, and you don't want to give them any lead. And a 2-goal lead, although it's not huge, it's certainly enough to build on.
Yeah, this is one of the advantages that St. Albert has. Coming out of timeouts, drawing up plays, X's and O's. Their coaching staff is excellent at that. I've seen that happen a couple of times last year, including a goal against the St. Regis Braves out of a timeout, ending the second period. That really turned the tide of that game. Instead of it being 6-6 going into the third period, it was 7-6, and then they ended up winning. I think it was 12-7 or 12-8. That was a momentum turner, and the Miners, one of the best teams in the country, if not the best, at getting something out of the final possession of a period.
It's going to be one shot here likely with 19.3 seconds left, and we'll see who's going to take it. Will it be one of the Cornfields? Will it be Ball? Will it be Lachlan?
So much to choose from.
Lots of different weapons out there.
They also had Tyler Melnick last year, who was one of the top scorers in the Rocky Mountain Lacrosse League for the Calgary Mountaineers. The only team to have beaten the St. Albert Miners in any game this year. One regular season game.
Keegan Ball moving up. Slowly moving forward. Triolo's running around through the middle. Kenny goes after Ball. Ball tries to escape, pass towards the crease. Taken on the angle, fed across the floor. Lachlan a shot. Patterson reaching for that, and the period comes to an end. They got the shot away late, but it's going to be 6-4 through 40 minutes of lacrosse here. The Miners have the lead on the Timbermen, but this has been a very, Brandon, entertaining 40 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, they were down 4-0 Nanaimo. They came back, but St. Albert, after that penalty kill, I felt like they really got momentum. That's what a great goaltender like Aaron Bolt could do for you. And he made 6 saves on that penalty kill alone. And since then, Dan, it has been a St. Albert type of game, even if they've only gotten 1 goal added to their lead. Nanaimo pressed, that lead for St. Albert bent but never broke. And it's a 6-4 lead for the Miners heading into the second intermission.
Appreciate your time today. Greg, we're letting Brandon go get his article written.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. I've had a blast. We'll talk to you later on as the tournament progresses.
Intermission break to come here. 6-4. St. Albert leading Nanaimo. This has been a good one at Frank Crane. We're back in 9 minutes. The teams coming out for third period action at Nanaimo's Frank Crane Arena. St. Albert 6, Nanaimo 4. Jim Kipp, a very entertaining 40 minutes of lacrosse today.
Wow, what a 33-30 shots in favor of Nanaimo. Close game. Absolutely, the ball management got better for Nanaimo in that period. Transition game was better. Everything all around. It'll be interesting to see what Cooling said to them in the dressing room, but my God, they come out better. And I think they've thrown off that big defense a bit.
Yeah.
Of that monstrous black machine down there.
And it is a machine, there's no doubt about that. I wanted to ask you, because Brandon's been struck as a visitor to Nanaimo, about how fun a week it's been, but who are some of the Nanaimo lacrosse glitterati, if you will, that you've been talking to, because you've been just enjoying it as a fan the first 2 days, and I'm imagining that you've pretty much seen everybody in the lacrosse community here.
I've seen guys that I played against in the 80s, grandfathers of guys I played against, which is dating myself a little. I know some of the young guys say, why you talk about the old stuff? But that's the blood of lacrosse, right? And the bloodlines and the people that I've seen sitting and talking, sitting with Rick Mang, talking to Robbie Cook from Ladner, talking with the Ganawage guys, Jordan Cornfield and kids that I've known for years and watched and coached against. It's great. I love this. And what an event for Nanaimo. And the positive outcomes from the people visiting and what they've been saying is phenomenal.
It's been fantastic. And we're not near done.
Outscored them that period. It was a 4-1 at the end of the first and 6-4 at the end of the second. That's good for Nanaimo.
We say it so many times, it is maybe a bit too cliche, but the next goal in this game, it's going to be a massive one. Keegan Ball looking to get things started here for St. Albert. Up top to Ferris. Over on the angle, Graydon Cornfield. Natural hat trick in the first, quiet in the second. Cornfield penetrating in. Patterson stopped them. Big loose ball. And Keegan Ball goes right to it. Fresh 30 for St. Albert, and Ball's going to take it once again to throw it down low for Lachlan. Lachlan takes a look. Moves to the middle, passing it off. There's a shot. Patterson down to his knees to make the save. Ball free, and Nanaimo has it.
Good reads by Patterson. I think his defense is letting him see the ball. And he's coming up with some big, good athletic saves, which Nanaimo needs. Shatler's got to light it up soon. I mean, I know he's probably squeezing and chomping at the bit to get his stick going.
Here he comes. Shatler. Put it across. Cunningham to the middle. Wires one. That was kept out by Bold. Had to make an awkward save, but he made it.
The book on I see, Aaron, is that bottom left foot of his is the place to put the ball down that side below his glove. And it seems like Nanaimo's starting to shoot for that point.
Ratcliffe and Preston, both with low shot goals in the second period. Keegan Ball from the outside. Kenny's watching him. Ball's trying to work free, but Nanaimo's got him well guarded.
Watch the pick. Ball's going to pull on Triolo here.
Jordan Cornfield takes a look. Throws it down for Triolo. Took a shot but missed the target with it. And this is going to be Nanaimo ball with a fresh 30. The captain, John Diplock's got it. Diplock's going to come up the middle. Looks at Postma over on the angle. Postma trying to run through, getting to the crease. He dives, ran into the goaltender. Crease violation call.
Going to wipe here, I think. They're going to ask for a wipe. They're going to let it go.
Aaron Bowles just checking his footing in that paint.
The paint is actually, I've noticed a few of the goalies checking that. Seems to stick for them with that type of paint they have there.
Lachlan to Ball. Lachlan again from the angle. Takes a look. Throws the ball back. Kinnear into the corner.
They've really opened Nanaimo up, but I think Nanaimo is happy to push them out.
Kinnear looks. Ball. 4 on the 30. Keegan Ball has to shoot. Does. Patterson a good save. Reset chance. Who's going to get this ball? Shane Chalker runs into Ball. Chalker tried to pass it ahead for Langlois. He got fortunate to get it, but Langlois did.
Yeah, he was pressured good by two men there, and that's interesting. They've started to press a little. Instead of running off as much St. Albert, they're starting to press for the ball on the transition.
Preston to Conway. Conway, help from Cunningham. Pass to him. Cunningham shoots. Just missed the mark. I think Bold might have got a piece of that because Nanaimo's going to get a reset.
Yeah, I think it just nicked off his arm. Good pick and ball by Cunningham and Conway.
Conway for Cunningham in close. Great save by Bold that time. Wonderful
pressure.
passing.
Shots are 36-32 in favor of Nanaimo now, and they've been quality. Both teams getting a lot of quality shots.
Still 6-4. St. Albert by a pair. Keegan ball. Jordan Cornfield plays to the corner. Coming up top, Kinnear takes a look. Lachlan.
5 on the shot.
Lachlan looks for an opening. Lachlan shoots, scores! Huge goal for Lachlan, just beating out the 37-4 3-goal lead.
That probably should have been, he got nicked down and below his glove side, but he was coming across late in the clock, and he didn't really get touched on the shot. Nanaimo has to be cautious of that because those guys can release the ball. Excellent play by them to pop it up to 4-7 here.
Presence of mind of where the 30-second clock is, but to make the run and get that shot away and be able to beat Nick Patterson.
And he pulled it short side on him. Here's a break.
Triolo right off the face-off to the front. Another goal, and it's 8-4. Ferris with what could be a dagger. Still lots of time left, but that little 2-goal run that kind of came out of nowhere has just changed the scoreline big time.
Yeah, that's a tough right off the face-off. Seconds after that first goal, the 7 goal, that's tough for Nanaimo. We were talking so good about their game and their defense, and all of a sudden, too quick. And, of course, it's his possession at the face-off. It's so important right now.
Triolo won that so cleanly, and he started that whole thing himself. Bacular Evans and Triolo face off again, and once again, St. Albert ball. The lead is 4, 2 goals, 6 seconds apart to take a close 6-4 game to 8-4, and O'Meara comes up with Keegan ball. O'Meara shoots one, Patterson knocks it high. DeBrone can't find it. Vanderhorst down low does. And Nanaimo might have to press a bit more than they want now, but urgency will come into their game as the ball is played to Patterson, and he moves it up to the captain, Diplock.
See the press there by St. Albert took 10 seconds off the clock for Nanaimo.
Shatler moves it down low. Trying to barge his way through Preston. Preston towards the net. Forced off to the side. 6 seconds. Still Preston. Plays it across. Conway shoots. Bold the save. Rebound. Knocked back towards Conway. Nanaimo gets it back. You can see the urgency in the Timberman game right now as Nick Preston takes it and starts up. Preston passes off Jeff Shatler to the crease, and Bold made a good save down low. Shatler got the goal that opened up, but he kept the stick in the perfect spot.
Yeah, he released it while he was looking at the players, and Bold, I don't know if he read it well or just had his stick in the right spot.
Lachlan coming up. He's got a pair of goals in the game. 5 minutes into the third, 8-4 scoreline. St. Albert has control of the game. Keegan ball puts it across the floor, gets a return pass. Ball to the front. Lachlan wanted it. Still free. Graydon Cornfield is stopped by Patterson. Shane Shocker speeds away with the ball. Coming off the bench is Postman to join him. Shane Shocker to the net. Shoots one. Bold made the stop, and he has the ball in his gear as well.
It's up in his, I think it's up in his shirt, or up in his glove. Inside his glove, he got it. Yep.
They're calling for a wipe. And 14:40 remaining. And you can see Nanaimo's up their urgency level here, but Aaron Bold has been so tough to beat today. He's sitting on a 5.79 average, and Nanaimo's got 4 goals right now, so he's playing pretty much to his average.
To his average with this time left, 14:40 in this period. That 2-goal pop by them really shows that St. Albert's ability to take and manage that ball and take it to the net. And of course, when you're losing the faceoffs, if you're consistently losing them, you got to play defensive. You've got to get more men on the back of the line. Skip going forward. If they have to take it that way, then let them take it that way. Don't let them rush to the net. So
boy, Triolo's just been magic in the face-off circle.
You'd like to be 6'6", 230 pounds too, wouldn't you, or 220 pounds?
Well, every team would love to have that guy, but
he's there.
The thing is, when you're playing at that size, to have the coordination that he has.
The skill set, the speed, the agility, the hand.
He's got the full package. Keegan ball. Coming towards the front. Ball shakes a check. Plays it to the other side. There's a drive, a high save from Patterson. He felt that.
Got him off the mask. He's okay. Shook his head and said he's okay.
Nodded to the official. Yep. Keep going. Corey Shires.
He's Some guys have to warm up their sticks now for Timberman to get one back here real quick.
Shires takes a look. Corey Shires throws it across. Postman trying to get it away. Rolls back towards center court.
6 seconds in the shot clock.
Conway to the front. Postma shoots one. Bold made an excellent save there. Postma working to his wrong side, but that was a great shot.
Again, down to that low off his left foot side. Ties up the goalie.
13.5 to play in the third period. 8-4. St. Albert moves up with ball in Lachlan. Ball has it now. Lane to the net. Great save there for Nick Patterson. Wants the long outlet. Doesn't have it though, so he has to go short for Dieterle. John Diplock at center court. Cale Ratcliffe on his right. Ratcliffe takes the ball. Puts it down the wall. On the move is Nick Preston. Preston to the middle. Looks to the front. Schattler trying to get loose. Still Schattler. 10 seconds. Passing for Diplock. He tried to shoot quickly. Unable to do so. Nanaimo's trying to recover the ball, but there's only 4 seconds left in the possession. Ratcliffe is drilled by the bench, and Nanaimo's going to get a fresh 30 out of that.
No call.
It's possession only. Nanaimo will take the possession, though, for sure.
Interesting. I think as officiating goes, this game has been one of a couple like the hold down here in the second period, those type of things.
Here's a pass to the front for Diplock. Great save, Aaron Bold on the quick stick from John Diplock.
Bold's been the number tonight, hasn't he, so far?
He's been gigantic. Nanaimo with the ball recovery from Preston. Preston closes in. Running towards the Miners' defense. Taking on the defender. Schattler runs a pick. Preston with a shot that bounces off Bold. Ball goes back to him. Preston for Conway. Corey Conway coming towards the front. Cunningham's knocked down. Shires almost on a quick stick, but couldn't quite make clean contact. St. Albert ball running the floor is O'Meara. He's done that so well today and all tournament.
Their speed up the floor is phenomenal. What happened? You were going to have a wipe?
Play whistled down, and it is going to be, I think, an official's timeout for a wipe. And Aaron Bold able to go to the bench, take a quick break, and Nick Patterson as well. Man, hot for the goalies. And how about St. Albert's second game today and not looking at all fatigued?
I didn't look at the roster shifts, but there's a couple of guys I think that are different, are getting more floor time tonight. Like I say, they manage their bench so well. They're good at it, right? You watch when near the end of the shot, there's always a defender or an attack man heading off early to make sure you get. That's why they get that quick defense out, and why they get that fast transition is those guys take the ball up the floor to the net, and they look for recovery after the shot. If they don't get a good shot or even take a shot, they get that recovery.
Triolo's going to take the ball from center. 12 minutes and a few seconds remaining in period 3. 8-4. 2 goals in this period, scored 6 seconds apart. Lachlan, and then right off the face-off, Ferris. Triolo a bomb, deflecting towards the side. Nanaimo takes it. Lead pass for Shane Chalker, coming up with Doug Langlois. They're both going to head off. Nanaimo brings out the offense, and Jeff Schattler's got the ball. Schattler swings it to Shires. Ratcliffe is with him. Ratcliffe running through to the middle. Shires from the outside. Schattler throws a pick. Ball goes back to Conway. Conway tries to shake Duff. Corey Conway from the corner, looking across. Feeds Schattler, and a good save by Bold on Schattler. He got the quick stick away, tried to go high, and Bold read it.
Yeah, good play, though. They're moving the ball. They're moving their feet. That was a better possession, went with 3 resets.
And that was a wonderful play. Schattler got the shot that he wanted, but Bold's so good up high.
Yeah,
Lachlan.
Early pick on Shires on this side, but it didn't work out, but he was in front. Got the ball.
Pass to the middle for Ball. Broken up. Graham Palmer running for the Timbermen. Up with John Diplock. Palmer looking back at his man. Nick Preston takes the ball from him. Preston trying to barge his way through. Ratcliffe tried to pick for him. Ball across on the other side. Postma makes a move. Postma to the middle. Cutting in on goal. He tries to dunk it in. He does. What a goal by Sam Postma. His second today. 8-5. A perfect dunk over the top.
What a hustle by that little Sam Postma. He's always giving an effort. Loose ball stuff, everything. There he get a nice cut outside and a jump up to put the ball over top of Aaron Bold. He took them low with a fake, come up over top. Nice effort, good second effort. Gives Nanaimo that goal they needed. They're down 2-1 in this period on goals, but that made a big difference there. Great effort by Sam Postman.
2 goals for number 90 today. On the face-off, which way is possession going? Nanaimo gets the draw this time. Or do they? Nope. It's going to go St. Albert's way. Doug Langlois thought it was going to be his ball.
I thought it was too, but no. Referee call.
Up comes Ferris. Passing to the side. Kinnear looks. Pass out of the reach of ball. Loose into traffic.
Dieterle with it.
Good scoop up by him, and he motions to his teammates. He's going to carry this. Moves the ball into Jeff Schattler. You would think Schattler must be heard from before this third period comes to a close. Shires. Schattler with him. Runs a hard pick.
Beautiful pick.
Shires shoots one and tried to put it through Bold, but Bold had the stick right between the wickets.
Oh, great pick for Shires to get freed up by Schattler there. Took a bit of a stick, but he took it.
The many facets of his game, and that was a wonderful pick by Schattler. Triolo to the middle. Pass right in tight for Ball. Scores! What a goal by Keegan Ball. Tiptoed outside the crease, and it's 9-5.
Fast comeback by them on this one. Nanaimo needs that. Ball going alone down the middle with a nice, just a great play by him.
That was beautiful.
Pass came out and he just worked his way in.
How he stayed outside the crease because he was in so tight, I do not know.
Dive.
That was marvelous. That's world class, and you just have to tip your cap.
I mean, his body was in the crease, but his feet were outside. He was leaning. It was a beautiful play, and his first fake took Nick to his own right, or to his left, the ball's right, and he brought the ball back across and put it over by where his stick was after he moved him with the fake, and leaning into it as he did it. That is world class.
A couple of spots to be mopped on the floor, and the lead goes back up to 4 again. The consistency of St. Albert's game is really notable. That they tend to not get off their game for too long and then just get right back to work and right back to work.
Even when Nanaimo came on close, they didn't lose composure. They didn't look like they panicked. They looked very smooth, open, loose feeling, right? That relaxation.
Triolo drops the ball back. Sullivan moves it now for O'Meara. O'Meara hanging on at center court. Flips it back. Lachlan. Jordan Cornfield. Puts the ball down low. Graydon Cornfield looking towards the front. Takes on Cunningham. Took a shot. Patterson stopped it. Rebound. Langlois just outside the crease. Patterson's wrapped up in behind the play with Jordan Cornfield. The official able to separate those two.
They hooked their feet together.
Shires to Conway. John Diplock. Corey Shires up top. Shires down low. Conway to the front. Schattler quick stick. Got it away, but Aaron Bold again.
Nanaimo ball.
They take possession back. Boy.
Gonna have a wipe here too. Good
Has
ball
Bold
movement there.
Ever had Schattler's number?
He has, but don't forget they did play together, I believe.
Yes, they
in
did.
Victoria they played together, and I think did they play 1 year back east together, maybe?
They might have played back east together too.
And they, you know them, and there's a book on each other for sure.
But from the penalty shot to a couple of those nice passes in this third period, Bold has just known what Schattler's going to do.
He reads him well, and again under a bit of pressure, he has that tape problem again. He's managing his time well.
And that's what the great goalies do.
Yeah.
You know when to get a timeout without wasting a timeout.
Here we are tonight, and the arena is, I'm going to say, one of the biggest crowds we have. Beat the Clipper crowds over the last little while, sadly to say. It's interesting. The people are excited. It is a good game. It is close when you think of a 2-time champion, perennial type. And you look at the NLL lineup against the half senior A, half senior B lineup. They're doing really well. And I bet you there's a height advantage of about 3 to 4 inches of each player's size.
There's a definite height advantage on the St. Albert side for sure.
Yeah. When Cale Ratcliffe was ragging the ball down the corner there, the two bodies on me, you couldn't even see him. Right? You couldn't even see him. They were draped all over him.
But that's what this tournament is. It's the best of the best.
No one until you've played in this has any idea how tough this is on the human frame, the psyche, the heat, the sweat, the pain.
And they're not even half done.
Nope.
Schattler plays the ball to the corner. Fed to the front. Shires and Bold once again standing his ground. Quick transition. Williamson takes the ball. 8.5 to play in the third. Hard to imagine Aaron Bold being beaten 4 more times, isn't it?
Yeah, you know, there's a chance.
As long as there's time on the clock, there's a chance.
A transition goal would help Nanaimo.
And you look at that 6 seconds that led to 2 goals on the St. Albert side, 3 on the 30. Pass across. Lachlan drives it too high, and Nanaimo's going to take over on this possession. Shane Chalker is going to have it. Up to Jeff Schattler.
8 minutes on the clock. 43-41 shots in favor of Nanaimo.
9-5. St. Albert leading. Jeff Schattler throws it across. Bouncing ball for Cunningham. Takes it from the corner. Postma taking on Duff. Postma takes a look, getting in tight. Passing too far, too high for Diplock. Still free. Trying to take it was Lintz. Unable to do so, but he gets some help. And once again, it's Miners' ball. Davis controlling and setting up slowly. And you watch how the clock is managed now by St. Albert.
Yeah, we'll see. There's 15 seconds. They're way slower on their tranny now.
Ball towards the net. Lachlan, outside shot. Patterson stops it. Ball takes it. Low shot. Patterson, a good save. Reset chance from the corner. Graydon Cornfield, a nice job. He's being double teamed, now triple teamed. Ball comes out. Graydon Cornfield still doing a nice job to make sure Nanaimo can't get it.
Bobby DeBrone's a tough player to play against.
Still a loose ball. Finally, DeBrone got it.
No, he didn't.
In and out of his stick.
Oh, and they got it back. Good effort by both teams there on that loose ball. Hard work.
There's ball with a bouncer, and that went high off Patterson. He felt that.
Yeah, and they got the reset.
Now they're going to settle it again. DeBrone had it for a fraction of a second. It just went in and out of his stick, and then ball and the Miners got it back. Triolo skipping.
Look at the cross checks on the picks coming out of St. Albert now.
Lachlan passing off, long shot wide. Lachlan gets it again, 10 on the 30. Throws it across the floor. There's Ferris stopped by Patterson. Ball thrown back. Nanaimo's going to try and steal it. Miles Kenny is up into the play with Corey Conway. Kenny to the net. Loading.
Trailer.
Looks at Cale Ratcliffe, throws it back to Corey Shires. 6 minutes and change remaining, 4-goal spread. Cale Ratcliffe taking on 2 defenders. Ratcliffe shot, Bold made the save. Looks for the outlet, and they might need a wipe in a few places on the floor.
Yeah, down here to our left by Patterson is a big mark, and they're going to be here at a break. So this tournament's been phenomenal. Like I say, this is the close games. Like I say, started out this morning with a sudden death overtime.
Yes.
The game, the only game I guess it was Ganawagi against Onondaga that blew it open a bit, but they did come back and show a bit of an effort in that. And then the other game, which I thought was, and we said Oakville seems to have first game very fast, moving the ball, but they ran into the bigger defense this morning, and that it was a different game.
It was tough for them.
They're
There's
playing
no doubt.
outside. Then the all native game this afternoon was wonderful to watch. The crowd was wonderful. It was just neat to see.
2 o'clock tomorrow. Caughnawaga 3-0. St. Albert possibly 4-0. That's a huge game.
That could be the look at the gold medal game, right? That's the look to the gold medal game.
It's right now the 2 best teams.
But
and
who
knows how the week how the week transpires. And Ladner's loss, they thought they tied it with a second left, 9-9 against Caughnawaga. The official made the washout, and 9-8 it finished in Caughnawagas' favor.
Yeah, that was a tight one. It was a really close game for them. And, of course, they're fitting new guys in the lineup all the time, right? It's
the Ladner team that we saw in the BC final, nothing like the Ladner team that's here.
6 different names, and they're big names.
The Pool boys have been absolutely fantastic. But lots of weapons on that side. McFetridge has been a great addition on their back end in transition as well.
He's such a good player. He just come back from Russia. He's over there doing something.
Here's ball passing for Lachlan. Scores!
Lachlan.
Double figures, 10-5. Lachlan, he had 4 goals this afternoon, and now he's got 3 in the nightcap.
Yeah, he can shoot the ball, eh? That was a backbreaker for Nanaimo right now, putting that double digit on the board for them. Sometimes in this tournament, it's been the race to 10, right? That's a tough one for Nanaimo. Very quick after that break in play. So obviously that offense was ready to go right away.
St. Albert looking ever closer to being the first team to reach 4-0 and having the ultimate success on their 2-game day. Chalker to the front.
Good try.
Bacular Evans couldn't get the shot away though.
Thought he had the ball on stick, but it was out.
Ball is flipped ahead. 5.5 minutes to play. Full-on game management mode here for St. Albert. Jordan Cornfield passing it across. Ferris made the play. Ball from the angle. Keegan Ball looking with 5 seconds at Lachlan. Outside shot. Missed the goal. Semp takes it away, and Nanaimo can cruise ahead. Jeff Schattler. Shire's in behind him. Schattler takes a look. Throws it across the floor. High ball. Right to the goaltender, Aaron Bold. Looks for the outlet.
Up the middle to the guy off the bench. Great clear. Kinnear on the clear.
Perfectly placed, and now Keegan Ball again.
They've slowed their tranny out of the zone dramatically. They went from a 5-6 second now to 15. They really are killing the clock off, making Nanaimo's defense nervous.
There's Kinnear, a low shot, and Patterson makes the save. Takes the ball from the paint, and they're going to call for another wipe with 4.5 minutes to play. And Nanaimo looking for a regroup.
Should
What
get
a
water
game.
break. Both goalies should take a water break now, though it's late in the game. A water break would be nice.
We talked about St. Albert and Conawaga at 2 o'clock tomorrow. Nanaimo's got the 8 o'clock game, the All-BC game.
Yes.
Ladner Nanaimo. That's going to be fun.
That's going to be another one, too. Nanaimo's facing a different team, like we said. This is respectable for Nanaimo. The power play disadvantages they've had have made them play shorthanded quite a bit, and they've had to juggle a lineup in that regard. And playing the St. Albert team, they're doing really well. They've kept them, there's been that couple of runs they've had, right? They had that run.
Especially in the first, that 4-goal run from 104 to 14-29 before Nanaimo could hit the score sheet. That's been their biggest run and the most important.
7, 8, 9, and 10 now in this period, too, the 4-goal run, right?
4 goals out of the 5 in this period, and that's been critical. And the 2 in 6 seconds, that really stands out to me.
That's the biggest. That's a backbreaker sometimes, right? Good press here. They're slowing it down because they are slowing it down, so Nanaimo could press better.
There's O'Meara. Drops it back for Lachlan. He's been so good.
Yeah, back to that 15 seconds to get into the zone again. They're really killing the clock.
Keegan Ball towards the net. Looks back at Lachlan. Lachlan to the crease. Quick stick and just about in.
High reach there. It was beautiful. Nanaimo ball.
Ferris almost made that work.
Yeah, he may come out of the corner and got the high reach, high jump on the ball. Almost flicked it behind Patterson.
10-5. 3.5 minutes to play. St. Albert close to being 4-0. Outside shot. Deflected back towards center. Shires jumps to grab it. Shires for Schattler. Pass out of his reach, and once again right to Aaron Bold. High outlet pass. Andrew Chow takes it towards the goal. Andrew Chow shoots one.
Good foot save by Patterson on that. He come across with the ball.
John Diplock makes a play now towards Doug Langlois in the corner. Langlois throws back to Schattler. Across Postma. Stepping to the goal. Postma's in tight, and he tried to make a fake and just lost the handle. Ran through the crease, and it's going to be St. Albert ball as Langlois gets all mixed up with one of the St. Albert defenders, and they have some words before they head off towards their respective benches.
St. Albert doesn't seem to waste a lot of their time on that late stuff, They knock you down, they go away, right? It's interesting. They do manage that well.
It's a very business-like team.
They manage their emotions well. And I'd say a couple of goals doesn't seem to affect them. They know their patterns. They know their points and the parts of the team they play.
Up the floor now comes O'Meara, shoots one. Patterson able to keep that out. 2.5 minutes left, and he looks for the outlet to Sterling Mitchell. Cale Ratcliffe moving down towards the net. Ratcliffe puts it across to Conway. Conway looks, spins, tried to deal back. Ball free in front, and thrown up towards center court. Andrew Childs running. Does he ever have numbers? Pass to the crease, shot off the post. That was a good chance, and this is going to be a reset again with under 2 minutes left.
You see the really interesting, really slow transition, and a quick one. You know,
and it almost worked for an odd man rush on a goal.
Slowed, quick. That's that game management, ball management, shot selections.
Look at Triolo run. Hard pass. Lachlan stopped by Patterson, but that was well worked.
And that was a fast stick release. And a good pass across the floor.
Corey Shires coming forward for Nanaimo. 10-5 St. Albert.
This St. Albert boys are tired. You can see Triolo and them bending over. Everybody's got bruises, sore bodies.
Great ball win by Duff. Coming towards the Nanaimo net. Duff shooting. Big save, Patterson. Ball taken away, and Nanaimo's going to try and put goal number 6 on the board here. Cunningham plays the ball for Corey Shires. Shires to the late man. It's Jeff Schattler loading, cutting. Tried a tricky shot.
Got a little cross hand.
Had Bold moving the wrong way, but Bold stayed with it. Pass to Preston. Preston driving to the crease, in shot, and he just put it wide. High ball for Diplock. Diplock shooting one. That deflects back into the corner. Snyder's onto it. Runs in behind the net. Cunningham's trying to dislodge the ball. 30 seconds remaining. And it is going to be a 4-0 record. The first team to 4 in the tournament will be the St. Albert Miners, the champions the last 2 seasons.
Yeah, they've done an amazing job. And even though the score's double right now, I'm quite proud of the Nanaimo boys. They've given a good show. They do not have the lineup that team they're playing against, but they put on a good show. And a couple of unlucky goals, a couple of 4-ball runs, right? 2 4-ball runs beat them.
No doubt about it. The time ticks down, and this game will end 10-5. St. Albert 4-0, Nanaimo 2-2. So the 2 perfect teams go head-to-head tomorrow. Conawaga Indians, St. Albert Miners, that's a 2 o'clock game. Nanaimo's up next at 8 o'clock tomorrow, and that's going to be a fun one too.
Well, what an excellent game, home game for Nanaimo here. Big crowd. I think the crowd enjoyed it despite the score. When you see a 2-time champion out there and the skill set that they have, it's enjoyable to watch. So even though they're beating our boys, I got to say I'm proud of our boys. I think the Nanaimo people have to pat them on the back and say, good job, keep going, keep your heads up. You know, they're 2-2 now.
2-2 now. And the 2 games they've lost have been to the 2 perfect teams.
Yes. And that's a good sign.
And I think that is going to be a real telling game tomorrow, that late night game between Nanaimo and Ladner, where those 2 teams are going to shake out in the mix of this.
That could be a sign we'd love to see. If this is the game tomorrow is the gold medal game, let's see if that Ladner and Nanaimo was the bronze. Not that I give up on the Nanaimo or Ladner, but these teams are going to play. It's going to be interesting.
Well, and already the tournament really starts to tier, doesn't it? As you see after even day 3, which has now just come to an end, where everybody starts to fit into the mix. And the perfect teams are just that for a reason. And then that next tier, Ladner's in that tier, Nanaimo's in that tier.
Yeah.
And then
Oakville might be, but it kind of fell apart. But then there's a Schweeken team too, but they're down in their record too.
Capital Region's had a tough time, and the Axemen have had some tough breaks. And Saskatoon has really had a difficult tournament trying to find themselves so far, and it's been tough.
Yes, but it's excellent for them. One of the Saskatchewan players was here with the Senior A team in the beginning.
Hallborg?
Yeah, he's there, number 77 now.
Hugh Weir played in Nanaimo a few years ago, and he was shaken up, had to leave the game last night. That didn't look good.
Yeah. And you know what? It's been interesting. I haven't seen anybody packed off the floor. really too badly, but they've seemed to recover. I haven't seen people, so I'm excited.
Sam Postma, a very deserved game MVP for Nanaimo.
Yeah.
And he just has boundless energy. It seems like he's always going at about 120 miles an hour.
Yeah. No, he's hard on loose balls. On the big defenders, he's all over them, making them work like crazy. Triola. Oh, Graydon Cornford with a hat trick, right?
Hat trick back in the first period.
You see Triola, though, for me, the face-off man, taking a couple balls in net. I like that type of stuff, but that was a natural hat trick. It's good to see.
Well, Triola was massive, but that's the thing. On a team like St. Albert, it's not a one-man show.
No.
It's so many guys.
Spread over that score sheet and a lot of double assists.
Absolutely right. That was a fantastic performance, and Nanaimo needs to regroup a little bit and get their A game going against Ladner. And I'll tell you what, that game, some of these games have taken a while for the rivalry to heat up. That game tomorrow will take no time. The rivalry's already there.
It'll start right off the bat with both teams. For the Nanaimo Ladner game, it'll start off right away, and for the St. Albert and Ganawagi, it's going to start out the same.
Who's going to be the perfect team after that one tomorrow? That 2 o'clock game is going to be fun. St. Albert, Caughnawaga. 10-5 the final in this one. St. Albert beats Nanaimo. St. Albert 4-0 at the President's Cup. Nanaimo 2-2. A full slate of 5 more games coming up tomorrow, but the nightcap is through. So long from President's Cup, Day 3.